Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. I feel like it's been ages since I did a sit down video, obviously excluding the Eat With Me's, but yeah, feels good to be back. And in today's video I thought we could talk about the Harry Potter London Warner Brothers studio tour, because I went there last Friday and I thought we could talk about it from like an autistic point of view and my experience as a neurodivergent disabled person going to the studio tour and just the accessibility and everything like that, because that is so important. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, make sure to give me a massive thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're new, that would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, let's go. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. How are you all doing? So I did actually ask on my Instagram some questions for all about the Warner Brothers studio tour, and you guys delivered. So I've got a lot of questions to get through. I'll see how many I can get through. But yes, let's just get started. Okay, so question number one, was your anxiety high or low in this setting? For me, it always depends. I feel like it is an attraction. It is like, you know, it is the making of Harry Potter studio tour. Like, it is an attraction at the end of the day. So it was very busy, and the day I actually went as a school trip, which is so cool. But yeah, it was at full capacity. I think, yeah, the whole environment is quite anxiety provoking. It did help that I've been before, but I think the nature of it being an attraction, it is quite busy, and it is quite stimulating, and it is quite loud, and it is quite overwhelming. But I think the key for me was doing things to help me manage the situation. So like, you know, maybe taking earplugs in case, or wearing my sunflower lanyard and all that sort of stuff, which I will get into. But yeah, I think my anxiety, it did kind of fluctuate around the day. Like, some areas I felt very anxious, and some areas I felt less anxious. Like outside, I didn't feel that anxious. But I think the nature of it being, you know, just quite a lot, I think it is going to be anxiety provoking. But for me, it was worth it. Next question is not actually to do with the accessibility, but I love it. And it's, what is your Hogwarts house? So mine is Gryffindor, as you can see. I did actually get a badge, extremely expensive, but I've got loads of badges on my lanyard. So I thought we could put this on together. I do like the packaging. It was way too expensive though, but yeah, that whole shop is just very expensive. But I feel like, again, it is the only Harry Potter tour in the UK or whatever, so I do kind of understand it. A little ASMR. I don't know how that's going to sound. Right, where should I put it? Somewhere private place, seeing as how expensive it was. Maybe we go here or there. Oh, I don't know. Let's just, let's go here. There we go, guys. What's going on? Yay! Love it. Yes, so I am a Gryffindor, as you can see. Yeah, I'm a Gryffindor. Next up, what was, again, not accessibility, but I'm totally here for it, and that was, what was my favourite part? Now, as I said, I have been once before, so obviously I had vague memories of what, like, the different areas were, but there was actually quite a few new stuff since the last time I went. So I last went in 2020, and since then there is a lot of new stuff. Now, I'm not gonna list everything there was because I don't want to ruin it for you guys, but my favourite part was something that was new, and that was the greenhouse outside. So, oh, the architecture is just beautiful. Like, there's just dragons all over the greenhouse, and there's like plants trailing up, and then you can like pull the mandrakes up, and that was really fun. And it was outside, so it wasn't like too noisy and everything like that. So that has to be my favourite part. What's my second favourite part? Oh, the green screen broomstick experience. That was amazing. So you can like sit on a broomstick, and basically they do all the like green screen effects, and then it looks like you're flying through London. And then me and my mum did actually get a photo in the green screen. You know, like the Prisoner of Azkaban, like Sirius's like portrait with the number on. It basically is like that. With me and my mum, and it says, "Have you seen these witches?" Love it. I'll put a picture up on screen. But because I went with my school, it was like cheaper. So if you go with a school, definitely ask about that. Because it was over half price, so that was really good. I absolutely love that. And I just want to say as well, the staff were all so friendly. Like, they were just so nice. Like, we did get a photo and we didn't really like it that much, so we basically asked if we could have one together and do it again, and they basically were like, yeah, absolutely fine. So we just walked all the way there, did it again, and like they just quickly did it, and they were like, that's, you know, they just made it all like it's not a problem, and like they were just so like nice about it, you know what I mean? Like, obviously you'd hope that they would be, but it's really good that they actually were. Like, they were so passionate and so enthusiastic and just so like good vibes, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's really nice, especially when you go to somewhere that is very like niche, and it's nice when they're passionate about that. I was thinking about this and I was like, I wonder for the people who work on the actual tour, if they had to have an interview like with Harry Potter trivia, because they're all so knowledgeable. But that's just a random aside. Next question. Something you underestimated beforehand but turned out really exciting during the experience. Oh, green screen. I think the green screen broomstick experience, because I've never done it before, and I was watching other people do it and I was like, this is going to be so boring. Like, you're literally just sitting on a broom in front of a green screen. But it was actually really fun, and I thought I was going to cringe myself out because you have to like rock side to side and pretend you're like flying. But no, it was really fun. So yeah, that was definitely something I loved. How busy was it there? So it was at full capacity, like I said, but I would say that they obviously monitor full capacity, and I wouldn't say that it's like, it wasn't like really, really, really like too many people. It was a lot of people, but it wasn't like too many. I think obviously, you know, it being maximum capacity, you know, it could have been a lot busier, but it wasn't. The only thing I would say is like, it's quite hard to like get a table at the cafe, because yeah, there's just a lot of people, and if it's at maximum capacity, there's not many tables, but we did manage to get one. So yeah, it wasn't too busy. Next question. Did you find points at the studio too overwhelming, and if so, how did you manage that? Yes, so the bit that I found really, really overwhelming was the cinema part. So right at the start, you go and you see this, like, you sit in a cinema. It's literally for like 5 minutes, but I just found that really hard, because it's like, you know, all dark and like you can't really leave, and like there's a huge screen. But yeah, that was the hardest part. But as I said, it was literally 5 minutes. I think it was because like it's kind of this situation where like that is part of the tour, that's what you're going to do, and I just felt like, you know, I would have liked to have been able to miss that part kind of, but at the same time, I liked what we were watching, I just didn't like the cinema environment, but some people might love that. So yeah, I do think it's really cool how they do it, like you do the cinema and then you go onto the tour, but personally I just found that bit really overwhelming. And also like the cafe area, because it was very echoey, and I found that really overwhelming. But literally all the other places were fine, like all the interactive bits, like you can do smoke and like turn lights on and off and all this sort of stuff. Like I could always get onto the interactive thing. Like there was no queues, which I thought was amazing, seeing as it was at full capacity. Like sometimes there's little iPads where you can like find out information, and like I could always like, you know, use them. Like there was no queues, which I think's amazing, seeing as it was full capacity, as I keep saying. Now going on to kind of talking about like the things that Warner Brothers Studio Tour do for accessibility. Now I'm just talking about the ones that apply to me, but if you do want to find out more about the like accessibility and wheelchair access and all that sort of stuff, then I would definitely check out the website. But I think, like, so for me, I got a carer ticket for my mum, which is free of charge, because I wouldn't have been able to go if I didn't have a carer. So that was a really good thing. I mean, it's necessary, but it's also good that they have it. Then one of my friends there, who I actually met there. She was a wheelchair user, and there were some parts for her that she couldn't access, like you can't get on the Hogwarts train and stuff like that, but there are different viewing platforms that you can go on. So yeah, it's just you have to be aware that some parts you can't access, which personally I think that needs work, but I think overall, like, I think there was only a couple of places. Obviously there's disabled toilets and everything like that. What else? Obviously I wore my sunflower lanyard. That was really good. I felt like they did kind of recognise it. No one acknowledged it, but they did recognise it. I think they have like a lot of information on the website, which is really good. My mum took her earplugs. I think I took mine as well. I don't think I used them. I would say definitely bring hand sanitizer because I use that a lot. What else? Yeah, I think that's the main things. As I said, like, it is an attraction, so it is very busy, and there is a lot of like dim lighting. Like, if you don't like the dark, that's, you know, there is a lot of dim lighting. Like, it's quite, not, I wouldn't say claustrophobic because it's really big, but it's like some of it is indoors, and because it's dark it is like kind of like that, but then you kind of need that for like the attraction purposes. But overall it was so much fun. Like, the whole thing is so well designed, and I would say if Harry Potter is your special interest, it is amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. Like, I loved it. It was so good. As I said, second time going and it was still as good, and they do add new bits as well, and I just think all the little elements, like, Harry Potter used to be like a special interest, and to be fair, I do listen to it literally every night to go to sleep, like books 1 to 7 on repeat. So yeah, I loved it. I loved like just learning even more stuff that I didn't know about it. There's so many like people you can ask about stuff, and like you can see stuff to like the wigs, to like the prosthetic noses, like CGI stuff. Like, it is really cool. So yes, I don't want to say too much about the stuff that they have there because I don't want to ruin it, but it is really good. And final question was, were they sunflower accessible? They didn't really like acknowledge it, as I said. Like, no one kind of, yeah, I don't feel like people treated me any differently. They're probably more mindful of it, definitely. Like, I think they knew what it was, but there was no real like, oh, you know, you can fast track this way or you can go this way. Like, it's not really that sort of attraction because it's kind of like a free flow and you just walk around at your own pace. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say really, but I wore my sunflower lanyard the whole day and I found it really useful for my benefit as much as anyone else's as well. So yes, that is the end of today's video. I feel like it's just me info dumping, which I love because I do love Harry Potter. I feel like the gift shop is also so underrated. Like, it is such a good gift shop. There are so many different sections, like, oh, all the details. If you're like really got really good attention to detail, like, honestly, you will love it. Like, it is literally like a special interest dream. Like, it's literally everything and more you wanted to know about Harry Potter, you can do that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend. That is the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys very soon for a brand new video. Bye guys.